Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of October 23rd. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you have a situation you want me to take a look at, or if you just want to support what I do, you'll find information on how to do that below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Dark Mansion Tarot with Lapis Lazuli, the Tarot de Marseille with Amethyst, and the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Yellow Calcite. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, Group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. And FYI, the Page of Wands reversed flew out of the deck while I was shuffling for you. It flew out so distinctively that even though it landed face down, I had to turn it over. But regardless of anything, what is this? This is the Knight of Cups. Oops. The Sun reversed. That is the 8 of Coins. The Wheel of Fortune, always nice to see. And the Knight of Wands reversed, with the 10 of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck. So let me just put that for you, just a little crooked. This should be perfect. All right, let me stare at these cards, Group 1. Group 1, this is... This message is so encouraging that I'm hesitant to deliver it, but I will anyway. Worst case scenario, it resonated with someone that it shouldn't have. But the vibe that I'm getting with this is that your hard work is about to pay off. The Wheel of Fortune upright and the 8 of Coins are giving me the vibe of gradual repetitive improvement, finally getting the stroke of luck that it deserved in order to unlock the ability to follow your own heart, which is what I say almost every time the Knight of Cups comes up. And also with the 10 of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck, there's a sense of unburdening yourself, of moving on from that, and to finally march towards the joy that you feel you've been after, but might not necessarily feel that has been that you've been making get closer to you. Obviously, the Sun is still reversed, so it might not come right away. But I can feel the concept of a turning point for this week. That's kind of what I have, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, and honestly, it's funny that we have the Knight of Water and the Knight of Fire, one right over the other here. The phrase, your hard work is about to pay off, summarizes this message so fully that it's difficult for me to even elaborate. So, you know what? I don't think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to end it there. So thank you very much. If you like this, your reading, please give this video a like. And as always, you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Actually, All right, Group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. So, okay, let me just put it in frame for you. Actually, this will probably be fine. Yeah. That, whoops, that was, okay. Group 2, this is a very interesting message. So obviously with the Devil here at the bottom of your cross, there is some tricky energy. And the form of tricky energy that I see in this message is, I've said this on this channel before, you know when you're on the verge of a major breakthrough, Sometimes the voices in your head that are keeping you in your old thought patterns and routines, they can become the loudest when you're on the verge of a breakthrough because they're essentially going to die, you know? Yeah, I'm reminded of a scene in a show that I'd rather not say because I would spoil it. So I probably shouldn't have said anything at all. But regardless of anything, I think the key for you is creativity, implied by the two threes that are here. Creativity in thought and in practice. And sometimes, okay, I'm gonna put a pin in the creativity thing for a moment and return to these three cards here, which is what I was basing most of my, the voices in your head are the loudest when you're on the verge of a breakthrough type of shit. It's mainly about these three because I see, yes, the wake-up call of the Judgment card leading into the Knight of Coins that's slowly marching towards the Three of Coins here, but he has to cross the Devil in order to get to the Three of Coins. So yeah, that's kind of what's giving me the, oh, I want to go, I'm going, but should I go? These three cards, obviously, we have two major arcana cards here, so they will have a natural tendency to be the loudest. But yeah, I think that the key to counter the devil is to come up with creative ways to force yourself to stay on the track that you want to stay on. Basically, I am dealing with something pretty similar where there's something. Actually, this is true in two domains in my life right now, where there are things that I want to make happen. And for one of them in particular, I have noticed myself shying away from opportunities to march in that direction before I even realized that I did it, which is something that I need to do some self-reflection on. And that's kind of what I was reminded of with this these three cards here. So yeah, as long as you... This might be a good week to put systems in place where you can catch yourself and hold yourself accountable to yourself so that you can create systems. No, let me rephrase that. So that you could build the discipline that you will need to continue to work your systems when times are tough and when you don't feel like doing it and when the voices in your head are saying you don't deserve this, or like in my case, you reflexively shy away from the opportunity as soon as you realize it. As soon as you notice the opportunity before you even realize that you're shying away from the very thing that you want. Yeah, that's kind of the main challenge that I see for you, group 2. But I say main challenge, this could potentially be an awesome week for you as long as you can navigate these tricky energies. I think that is the brunt of the message, honestly. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give this video a like. If you liked your reading, you can use the timestamps in the description below as always to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 3, the reason I said that that way is because the 9 of Cups flipped over while I was shuffling for you, which is always nice. So let's throw down some cards. Let's see what we have. The Knight of Cups reversed. Don't panic. I have to say that every time the Tower comes up. Give me a second. I must say, there have been a lot of Knights in all three readings. I'll put it that way. I'd rather not elaborate, but yeah, it is like with the cards that I'm seeing repeating in the way that they've been repeating throughout this video for me, I have the feeling that there's a higher than normal percentage of people who will have chosen multiple groups for this week. But regardless of anything, I'm going to read your cards after staring at them for a bunch. Give me a second. Group 3, the phrase that came up while I was staring at your cards is a line from Starship Troopers where it wasn't Commander Ratjack, it was the drill sergeant before when they were dropping on Klendathu and they were in the drop ship and it was shaking and the commander, the drill sergeant said, remember your training and you will come back alive. And the fact of the matter is, before getting into the meaning, I just want to describe what you see before you very plainly. The only upright cards in your whole reading are the Seven of Cups and the Tower. So, and it's funny too. I had this vision just before I'm pausing of the lightning strike, of the lightning going, and then knocking these three cards out of whack, including the Empress reversed at the bottom of the deck here. And here's the thing. I think the key for you is to focus on the fundamentals and focus on the basics, and also pick a cup. I say this every time the Seven of Cups comes up, but right now, if shit hits the fan and all your illusions get shattered, forcing you to rely on things, forcing you to do without things that you thought you could rely on, it can create a lot of confusion. And the funny thing is that all four of these cards are really nice cards, generally. It's just that they're reversed. And as a reminder, cards basically mean the same thing, whether they're upright or reversed. It's the fact that they're reversed, which I use as an extra data point, usually indicating some kind of block, glitch, delay, corruption, shadow version of that energy, that kind of thing. And obviously, when the Tower shows up, especially in the context of the reading that this is in now, this isn't something that you can ignore, you know, or sorry, it's not something that I can ignore. And given the context of this reading, it's difficult for me to downplay it beyond this. You have what it takes to navigate this. Speaking of remember your training and you will come back alive, this was actually one of the first things that I noticed. It's surprising to me that I didn't mention it before now. The training that I've implied multiple times. It's your deep inner knowledge and your feelings. And if you're sitting here wondering which cup to pick, then that moment where you're not taking action makes it difficult for your wisdom to go it makes it difficult for your wisdom to come through. It makes it difficult for the vibe checks to happen. How can you can't vibe check the future. You can only vibe check what you're doing now and maybe the recent past or whatever, you know? So as long as you focus on that and keep putting one foot in front of the other, then you will come back alive, proverbially. And the funny thing is, it was clear to me what the Nine of Cups was saying when it jumped. Well, it didn't jump out, it flipped over. I think the Nine of Cups was saying, hey, Sid, Group 3's wish is coming in. Even though they might not think that it is, it might not look like it is, it might even look like they never will. But for this week, any impressions of not being wise enough, I would wager that they are unwarranted. Any concerns that you cannot have what your heart desires, I would also consider them unwarranted for this week. And the pleasure and luxury that you seek is available to you. But the key is, now what? Actually, I've said this before and I just reminded myself of this. Now what? That's a really powerful question. And I think that question could be of use to you for this week, assuming the lightning strikes knocking everything out of whack for you, you know? If your biggest client just canceled, now what? And the now what, it's not that it instantly helps you, it's that it more quickly gets you out of dwelling on the thing that happened, you know? Because obviously with the implication of the tower is that whatever disruption is coming from the outside, that's a pretty clear, I mean, it's a tower, and it's getting struck by lightning, and that's what happened, you know? It's an external inciting event that causes a bunch of shit, you know? But remember that as long as you follow your inner light, and that you can check in with yourself emotionally, that's when you can get the proverbial world in your hands. Another thing that I say every time, well, almost, that the Two of Wands comes up, is that this person is he's holding the world in his hands, and this is a nod to come to from a place of abundance, basically. Now, before I let you go, Group 3, it was clear to me that I would pick an advice card, so I'm going to do that right now. And your advice card is the Ten of Swords. Very interesting in... oh, no! It's interesting for me to see the Ten of Swords and the Tower together for reasons that I can't explain without pissing you off. So I'm just going to get to the advice of the Ten of Swords. God, you're gonna hate me. This is a blessing in disguise. That's literally what the Ten of Swords is saying. First of all, it's upright. I know, and it's funny too. The Ten of Swords and the Tower are the two of the cards that I read the most similarly, whether they're upright or reversed. But the thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is the symbol of blessing that this guy is making with his hand on top of the sunrise in the background here. So, like, whatever illusion that gets popped, the question now what will help you make that blessing sign with your hand, so that the sun can rise and that you can see where to go from here. Yeah, I think that's the best way that I could sum that up. So thank you very much, Group 3. As always, if you want to skip watching me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, quick update before we flip over the cards. This really will be quick. I recently bought a new work stool, and this stool allows me to get much closer to the camera and table than I normally would. It has a much smaller footprint than the office chair that I used to sit on when I recorded these. And as a matter of fact, I can get so close to the table that the chair that's in the shot that I'm showing you right now, I realized really early into this video that I'm going to have to remove it entirely because I'm so close to the camera stand that my knee is banging up against this chair. I could probably get even closer, but if you notice me being, for the regular users, regular viewers, if you notice me being way more confident when framing your reading, that's why. Anyway, regardless of anything, let's get into eclipse season. Group A, your card is the 6th house. This is sustainability. So the message here is to really focus on the long term. And also, here's the thing that people don't always consider when they hear things like focus on the long term. There's taking care of the thing that you want to take care of, but there's also taking care of yourself. So unsustainable things come in two major forms. Either the resource that you're after runs out prematurely, or you burn out. And be mindful of both of those things. Group B, do we finally have a full moon in Taurus? I know it's an eclipse, but let's see. It is the new moon in Sag. Luck is on your side. Well, the funny thing is there's one group in particular that if you also chose this Oracle card, you can rest assured that what I told you in that reading, it's looking really good. But the other two, I think that the meaning behind this message is to... I'm chuckling because for one of the groups, I already said this and I knew they were hating me as I was saying this. But whatever happens to you this week that you might consider shitty might be a blessing in disguise. Luck sometimes takes the form of falling flat on your face. I just now got a flash of me getting fired from one of my first tech jobs, and it's setting me up for an amazing life journey, which actually led to me eventually learning the tarot in the first place. So yeah, sometimes luck looks like falling flat on your face. How's that for encouragement? All right, Group C, your card is New Moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. Listen, the only reason that this message looks weird to me is that I'm an Aquarius, sun and rising, and fixed signs in general are fucking stubborn. So when the sun and moon are conjoining in Aquarius, the phrase "open up to change," it's an interesting sentence to parse. But what I would say, given the three readings that I gave, is don't be so stuck in your ways. And sometimes, you know the saying, when a door closes, a window opens? Sometimes, even if the door is open and the window is also open, sometimes climbing through the window really is the best way compared to, walking through the front door. So yeah, be open to considering new ways of approaching things this week. Because yeah, one of the meanings of Aquarius obviously is innovation. The modern astrologers will assign Uranus as the ruler of Aquarius. So, that's a clue. So yeah, anyway, I think I've looped enough. Group D, your card is opposition. This is a waning fire moon, a last quarter waning fire moon. This is a lot to take in. Give me a second. It's funny, the thing that threw me off initially about this card is that the word that's written under is opposition, but when we have a last quarter or full first quarter moon, that means that the sun and moon are squaring each other, which I needed to get over before actually reading the card. So there are two main ways to read this card. The first one is a timing indicator. I actually gasped when I realized this, because I did some quick sky math in my head, and according to when you will be watching this, Scorpio season will have just started, which means that the waning last quarter moon will be when the moon is in Leo, which is to the left of Scorpio, causing a waning last quarter moon. So whenever the moon is in Leo, you might want to pay attention to things during that period of time, which kind of does come, like that's technically the week after the week that this reading is for, but that would indicate the timing for this card. Anyway, the other way is how the last quarter moon fits into the lunation cycle as a whole. And for that, it's usually a question of making the final adjustments before sticking the landing. Sometimes when we're doing, I don't know why I had Olympic diving in my mind. And when the diver is in the air and they're doing all those flippity, twisty things, I think that is the technical term before going down into the water. Sometimes when you're doing the twisty, flippy, there are a couple things that you realize during the split second where you could see the water below you as you're twisty flipping, that you realize, oh shit, I'm a little off by this way, I'm a little off by that way, but you're already going down towards the pool. Gravity is entirely in control, during that moment. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with this card. So yeah, sometimes you need to make some final adjustments before you stick the landing. So try to keep that in mind for this week, Group D. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up this entire video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give this video a like if you haven't done so yet. It really helps out the channel a lot. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great week. I'll see you soon.